Guess what? It's a terrific Thursday. It's Marcia from the Residential Home Care Network, and welcome to Ask the Provider Virtual Lunch. Y'all, we have another amazing guest. Welcome, Venus Benson from Aflac.
Hello. Hi, thank you so much.
Look, I am so glad that I'm able to snag you. Look, y'all, I've been knowing Venus for I don't know how many years, right? We met at this networking event, and I was super impressed with the product that she had. I became a member, and I wanted to share this with all of our providers in the trenches, and hopefully you'll find the use. But before we get started and get carried away, it's virtual lunch. Girl, what you got for lunch?
Yes, it is. So first I have some strawberries, trying to be healthy here, but also some yogurt, my favorite.
What's that favorite one? That's different.
Yeah. This is actually key lime.
Oh.
I love it. It's key lime with the little treats, the cookie crumbles.
Oh, look here now. Look here. Y'all, she has the Rolls Royce of yogurt. I got me some plain old strawberry. But whatever works. I am super glad that you're here with us. And so before we get into kind of content, tell everybody about your why and who you are and how you started in this space.
Okay. Well, like you said, my name is Venus Benson. I started in this space the first time back in 2008. Started with Aflac. Just wanted to have a business where I could work from home, as well as being there for my children. My children were small at the time. I wanted to see them off to school, as well as being available to pick them up and so forth. But more importantly, I love helping people, talking to people, getting out in the field and helping people.
Right.
I left for a little while, went back to school because my childhood dream was to be a lawyer. So I did go to you didn't know that? So I did go back to school for a while and went got a bachelor's degree in legal studies. Then I worked in a law firm as a paralegal for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And one day a young lady came in and offered us Aflac. So when I sat down with her, it just brought back all that passion. I love being out in the field. I love talking to people. I love knowing I'm bringing service to people. Not that, being a paralegal is not a good job. It is awesome. And that industry is much needed. But I personally like to be more hands-on and out in the field and so forth. So that's kind of what brought me here.
How long you been at Aflac now?
So, like I said before, I was total about 6 years total.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And what is your role there?
So I am now a district sales coordinator, official as of January 1st of this year. Just got a promotion.
Congratulations. Yes.
Oh, thank you. So I absolutely love it. And this role, it still allows me to go out and meet people like yourself, talk to business owners, enroll employees as well. But also it allows me to train other agents. There are so many people who are looking for work right now, and I like to take them out and show them, this is what you can do. It's a meaningful job to do, but also it's a business that you're building for yourself and you can control it. And so I love training people as well.
That's awesome. So now is a perfect time to segue into tell us about Aflac and what it is that you were able to do for me, and hopefully for all the other providers that may be listening.
Okay, so that's my lane. So I remember when I met you, we just kind of chatting, walking through the open house, and I came up and talked with you and just shared with you a little bit about what we do and asked for an appointment. But at that time, it was just before COVID hit, so we didn't even meet in the beginning. No. But basically, once I was able to talk with you, share with you how we actually operate. Aflac is actually not your major medical insurance. It's actually a voluntary benefit, supplemental insurance. And it's different from your major medical because major medical is designed to kind of pay the hospital, right? And then you still have a deductible, co-payment, and so forth, other medical expenses. But Aflac is designed to pay you, the policyholder, cash so that you can use it for whatever you need. You don't have to have major medical in place, but if you do, that's great. You can use the cash that you receive from Aflac to pay towards your deductibles or your copay. But more importantly, if you don't have Aflac or any other insurance in place, that's not going to stop an accident from happening or sickness. So at least with our benefits, you're receiving cash to where you can do whatever you need to do, whether it's to make a payment arrangement on that hospital bill if you don't have any other insurance in place. But more importantly, and the part that I'm most passionate about as well, is if your employee gets sick or injured, they can't come to work for a period of time. Guess what? They're not getting a paycheck. And so in some industries where, well, first of all, a lot of people these days are living from paycheck to paycheck, especially in certain industries where they're making $10, $13, $15 an hour. It's already hard to make it. So if they get sick or injured, they can't go to work. They're missing 2 weeks of paycheck or even a month. Now they're in a financial hardship. And rather than them having to come to a business owner and say, can I have an advancement, on my pay, which you already know they probably can't pay it back anytime soon. So that puts the business in a situation. But also nowadays, people can't really turn to family members because family members are struggling oftentimes as well. So Aflac is a wonderful way for them to pay a very little bit. Our policies are super affordable, as you know, some starting as low as $3, $4 a week for some of the plans. And we'll go over some of that more in detail, I'm sure. But basically, they can have a financial safety net in place to help them to have cash available to take care of any out-of-pocket expenses or to pay their mortgage or their rent or a car note or childcare, take that money. They have cash to take to the electric company to pay their electric bill, so they're not worried about electricity being shut off, cars being repossessed, and that type of thing. So yes, it gives them that flexibility to have cash available to make good decisions in life. So I love that.
That was what really caught my attention too. Why I said, you know what, let's talk about it some more. So kind of use me as a guinea pig and share how that has benefited my community at Serenity Adult Family Care Home.
Absolutely. So I do work a lot with adult family care homes and ALFs and daycares and so forth, because I understand a lot of the employees are single moms oftentimes, or they are the breadwinner of the family. They have an important role. They work really hard. And so their income is very important to the household. They're feeding children, taking care of all the expenses of the household. But if something happens to one of your employees, now, oftentimes in the small businesses as well, they become like family to you. Mm-hmm. So if they have a hardship, now you're really concerned about them. You really want to help them, but then that can put you in a financial situation as well as a business owner trying to extend that financial help to them. Yeah. So with our benefits, it allows you as a business owner to offer this financial safety net to your employees, which you did. Thank you so much for coming on board. It's been over a year now for you. So yes, it allows you that opportunity to offer a financial safety net to them for their in event of an accident or sickness. But also for you, that if they are sick or they've had an accident or so forth, they're not coming to work as a high risk for you. Mm-hmm. They actually have the financial means to go to see a doctor. Mm-hmm. Or if they have our paycheck protection, which is our short-term disability, it allows them the opportunity to stay home under doctor's care, take care of their issue. Let's say they fell, injured their back or their leg. They're not coming back to work. And now they're high risk to you, running up your workers' comp. Because they've had another accident on your workers' comp claim and makes your workers' comp increase year after year. So it's a great opportunity for you as a business owner. Make sure they're able to stay home, get well. They come back to work healthy, feeling better, opposed to coming back too fast. Prematurely, right. And now it affects the morale at the job as well, because they come back grumpy because they had to come back, before they get, and it happens, and that really affects the morale on the job as well. So, yes. So, and many employers have found that 82% of employees decide to stay on they stay longer on their job that offers benefits. Yeah. Okay. So it is a higher retention. If you are offering benefits. And that's why I like to work with the ALFs as well, because many business owners like yourself, they want to offer something.
But we can't go with the big dogs because it's just not, budget friendly. But this could offer something. And I offset the cost. I didn't pass that on to them. But tell us about that. Is that something that can happen?
Absolutely.
And deducted from their paycheck?
Absolutely, absolutely. So many people who have looked into offering major medical insurance, they find that major medical may cost $300, $400, $500 a month,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then as a business, you have to contribute half of that. Even if you could afford to pay your portion, the employee oftentimes they can't
I
afford that.
can.
So this allows you to still offer them the benefits. If you, as a business owner, would like to contribute, you can, which you did. Actually, you purchase a package for your employees. They value that greatly, and it actually just extends that benefit opportunity to them and just shows your appreciation.
Yeah.
Which in this day and age, many employees, they're looking for businesses to work with that shows that they care. So this is a great opportunity to show your employees that you value them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a certain dollar amount, whether it's one plan, like I just have one ALF that just came on board just today, as a matter of fact. She purchased an accident plan for all of her employees. The accident plan in this industry is about $25 or $26 a month. But the value that they receive out of that accident plan is so much more. The perceived value of it is awesome. And it just makes them look at you as a business owner,
Right.
So much different. So so that is what you actually have, I believe, multiple plans: accident, short-term disability, cancer. And then also just recently you added the rider for our COVID protection. Aflac just recently came out since COVID, this other protection plan. So if ever you're hospitalized due to COVID, you have benefits for that as well. So yes.
Talk a little bit more about that particular one, because perfect segue into we're still in COVID, people.
Yes. So
what does that look like?
Okay, so that is a rider that can be added to the first of all, I wanted to say the policies are not very expensive, first of all. So the COVID rider is added to your cancer plan. The cancer plan in this industry runs about $10 a week. It's an amazing plan. But then to add the COVID rider, it's like another $3, $4 a month for that plan. But it's amazing. But if ever you're hospitalized due to COVID for 4 to 9 days in the hospital, it pays out $1,250 to you. Again, if you're hospitalized for 10 days or more, it pays out $3,125. But and also, if you're hospitalized in intensive care, it actually gives you $5,000. But also in that same rider, if you have, it has a critical illness benefit as well for heart attack, stroke, coma, third-degree burns, that type of thing. There's also, it gives you $5,000 upon hospitalization.
And that really helps the family who are not, who are struggling with the illness of, loved one. Now they can still at least not have to worry about the burden of their financial situation.
Exactly.
Which is what I really appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I love the cancer plan, because let's say, for instance, someone gets diagnosed with cancer, that policy is going to pay $4,000 initially upon that internal cancer diagnosis. And yes, that allows the person to have cash money available, pay up some bills, that they know are going to come. But oftentimes, let's say it's a husband and wife situation. Mm-hmm. If the husband is diagnosed with cancer, the wife is now also having to take off from work. So now both incomes are being affected in that household. So having that cash money up front allows them to continue to pay the mortgage while one person's taking the other one to the doctor and so forth and taking time off from work. But also with our cancer plan, it does not cancel. All of our plans, whatever rate you get, which you get at a discounted rate because it's offered through the company, the rate remains the same no matter how many claims are, processed.
Generated, okay.
Exactly. And as we get more mature, I like to say, the rate never changes as well. So, you're locked in at that same discounted rate. And you're offering it to your employees at a discounted rate. So
I love the way you say when we get more mature. Look here, I'm hitting the big 6'5" later this year.
All right, I love it.
Everybody goes, but you don't look it. I said, girl, I've been around this block a many times. But hey, Georgia, I see Georgia Davis Melendez watching. Howdy doody. And Carol Daniels. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. If you have questions, don't hesitate to type it in the comment section since we have our subject matter expert here, now's a great time to ask those questions. So tell us a little bit about also the wellness benefit portion. Because
Okay, so some of our policies do have a wellness benefit. You have your accident plan that has a $60 annual wellness benefit, and also the cancer plan has a wellness benefit. Basically, Aflac believes in preventative maintenance is better than cure. So go and get your checkups annually, and then every year you can just file the claim. Very, very simple. You download an app onto your phone. Very, very simple, Marcia. You download an app onto your phone, or simply go online on your personal Aflac account that you will receive once your policies are active. You'll receive an email with instructions to upload your online account. Smart claims right online. Usually Aflac pays claims within pre-COVID. Aflac paid claims within 24 hours. Now, since COVID, like everyone else, there is a little bit more lag time, but usually within 2 or 3 days, your claim is processed. And the good thing about offering Aflac, and working with me is I'm hands-on. I like to keep up with the person and make sure you're getting your claims processed, you're submitting the right paperwork, and even come out to the business or your home, sit at your kitchen table and say, sign here.
No, she just threw me under the bus, people. Okay, seriously, I got so busy, I totally forgot about that amazing benefit. And she kept calling, did you do it yet? Did you do it yet? And she literally rolled up to my house to make sure that I did it. And then within like about a week or so, I had the checks in my hand. So I say all that to say, if you want to have a really great representative in your corner, Venus is that person.
And the check was larger than you anticipated, wasn't it?
It was. It really was. I was like, wow, yeah. It was nice.
Exactly. And that's one of the things I like about Aflac, because I tell people, when you have a claim, call me so that we can make sure you're submitting all the proper paperwork, getting it in properly so that you can get your claim. It can be direct deposited into your bank account if you set that up online. Otherwise, they'll mail the check out to you as they did in your case. Yeah. But you may think that, I'm going to get this dollar amount. Whatever dollar amount is specified in your plan, Aflac will look at your paperwork that you submitted from your doctor and line upon line with your policy. And then they will find things that you didn't even realize were in the plan.
Right.
And that's how you end up receiving more than just, the wellness benefit. You actually receive more for like lab work and that type of thing.
Right. So, because you don't know, it's so overwhelming, right? Even though you made it very user-friendly, but you sign up, you do it, and then you move on to something else. Absolutely. So I don't even remember it. And a year later, it's like you're calling and going, okay, did you do your wellness? No. Did you do your wellness? So I'm so super grateful that you stayed on me. And then talk about enrolling individuals now. I mean, COVID, is it virtual enrollment? I think you were sharing.
Yes. So one other thing I would like to add on our last piece that we were just discussing. I also like to see myself as an extension to your HR, your employee. Yes, when you enroll your employees or you become a part of the Aflac family, you as a business owner, you already have so much going on. I'm not trying to add more to your plate. I am trying to help you to be able to, first of all, add more value to your business. You are being set apart from other business because you as an ALF or whatever business you are different from the person down the street, who doesn't offer any benefits. So as that employee is looking around, trying to find out where they're going to, land, which job offer are they going to accept, they're going to think highly of you because you do offer something. So I'm here to help with that, with the payroll deductions, just everything, online account and so forth. But more importantly, at claim time, you don't have to learn everything about the policies yourself. At claim times, I am here for you to call me. And that's kind of what sets us apart from other businesses. Yes, there are other industries, other businesses out here that kind of do what we do, But I like to say we are here to help you. You don't have to call the 800 number. As you know, when you've had questions about your account, you can text me, call me, and I'm always available to serve you. So that's really what sets us apart.
Wow.
Yes.
Such a wealth of information.
Well, thank you. So you asked, what was the other question?
About the virtual enrollment.
That's right. That's right. That's so important right now because of COVID. And right now, actually, we met originally right when COVID hit, and you're like, nope, nobody's coming in. And for safety reasons, that is right. Doors are being closed, especially ALFs and also daycares. But we actually have virtual enrollment to where, just like we're doing right now, I do presentations virtually, talk to your employees as a group or even one-on-one so that they can ask confidential questions if they like. And also just talking with the business owner to educate you and on the policies and how the business works and how it can also add value to your business. So the other good thing I wanted to say is that we mentioned you're actually contributing to the business, to your employees. And I love that you're able to do that. But then there are those business owners who really don't see that in their budget right now.
Right.
You know, and even if they don't have it in their budget to contribute, they can still offer the benefits to their employees, employee paid. They do not, business owners do not have to offer at all. And maybe they may only want to offer to their key employees. You may have somebody who's been with you, like in your situation, some people have been with you for years and you really truly value you. So maybe for that core group of employees, you may want to offer something and then at a later time offer, pay or contribute to the other people after they've shown their loyalty to the company. At that point, maybe you want to contribute. But either way, it's great to have us come alongside you and work in your HR department to be able to, help you as a business owner as well as your employees to have that financial safety net so they can take care of what matters most up to them. Although they love working, they love getting their check, but at the end of the day, employees value themselves, their paycheck, and their families. They have to take care of that.
Exactly.
And this is what we're there to help them do.
And I love that. I love that. And particularly in the private home communities, we're not big. We don't have, most of us don't have an HR department. And so, just having you share that as something that we can offer is a win-win. And so thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and share with us today. I know I'm going to have you meet with our group in our peer-to-peer session next month. But this is for everybody out there. So if you're a facility owner, reach out. I'm going to put her contact information in the comment section so you'll know how to speak with her directly. And she is very responsive. I can attest to that. I've been a member about over a year now. And Aflac does good. They do what they say they do. So I'm really excited. So hang in there, Miss Venus.
Okay.
Anything else you want to share before I start talking about the network as we wrap up?
Well, basically, that's it. Well, one last thing is Aflac actually, it doesn't cost the business anything at all to come on board. We also build in the arrears as well. So once your policies become effective, you actually receive a bill in the next month using the money that you've actually payroll deducted to pay the invoice. And no time are you responsible for someone. If they leave, they come right off of your invoice and I help you with that. So it's just an amazing opportunity to be able to offer this to them.
Then talk a little bit about portability, because you just opened that. Can they take it with them when they leave, or is this,
Yes, they absolutely can. That's the other good thing. Our policies are all portable. So if they were to leave the business, they transfer somewhere else or what have you, they can take their policies with them. Okay. The value to them is they're not having to start all over again on another plan. They may go to another job that doesn't offer anything at all. So these policies are portable and they can take it with them. But also the value for you is you were able to serve their needs while they were with you. Yeah. But now they can come right off of your invoice. There's no cost to you whatsoever as a business owner, no obligation. You just let me know they're gone, or you have access to go online to your own account, take them off your invoice, zero them out, and you're no longer responsible for them.
Gotcha. Thank you. I almost forgot about that part. So guys, oh my gosh, we always try to keep this in about 15 minutes, but y'all, this was a lot of good stuff.
Oh my goodness.
So as we wrap up, just as a reminder for those that are new on our live, the Residential Home Care Network is the advocacy group for the private home, assisted living, and adult family care home communities. And our desire is to just bring brand awareness to the great work that's being done at the private homes. Oftentimes, these communities are overlooked. You know, we always look at the big chandelier buildings, but there's something to be said about having your loved one being cared for in a very person-centered environment where, you know, you have less than 16 residents. In my community, I have 4, some that have 6. And so honestly, if anything goes wrong, boom, immediately we are able to address it. And it's not like they're sitting in a room languishing by themselves, if that makes sense. I'm going to put the website, which is residentialhomecarenetwork.org. We are a nonprofit organization. I will put that in the comments section. Of course, if you have questions, we invite you to partner with us in one of 2 ways. If you are an individual that owns a business, like Aflac, who is now a sponsor of our network. She's a community sponsor. So there are 2 sponsor opportunities. She'll be a community sponsor. And then, of course, if you want to be a premier sponsor, you're welcome to do that. Check out our website. All the details are on there. And then the second way to partner with us is to become a member. And to become a member, you have to be a licensed assisted living or adult family care home that is 16 beds and under, and that's pretty much it. So until we see each other again, y'all, I promise we're almost 30 minutes in. This was great stuff.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ms. Marcia. Thank you. And also for all that you do in our community and the other ALF owners. You all are just huge. My heart goes out to you for what you do. So I really appreciate you and all the other ALF owners as well.
Thank you so much, my dear. And on that note, y'all, what do I always say? My time is up, and I thank you for yours. Go be awesome.